Let's talk about a quality that can totally change how people see you. Gravitas. We're going to break down how you can develop a true voice of authority, so let's just dive right in.
You know that feeling, right? It's got to be one of the most frustrating things. You're in a meeting, maybe you're giving a presentation, or heck, even just talking to a friend, and you know you have something important to add. But the words just kind of hang there. They don't land with the weight you feel they should. So what's the secret sauce? What separates the people who command a room from those who just blend in? Well, a lot of the time it comes down to this one powerful thing: gravitas. And in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to build it. And believe it or not, it starts with the questions you ask, not the answers you give. Now, this might sound a little backward, but hear me out. People often judge your authority way more by the quality of your questions than by how many answers you have. A really great question shows everyone how you think. Think about it. People with real gravitas, they don't just have all the answers. Instead, they ask questions that make everyone in the room stop and think. They open up new doors and create those aha moments. They shift the whole vibe from knowing to exploring. So how do you ask one of these good questions? Okay, let's break this down, because this is super important. What questions are great? They help you find connections. How questions are all about figuring out a plan. See how they're both focused on moving forward? They're constructive. Now, the one you've got to be careful with is why, especially when you aim it at a person. Asking, "Why did you do that?" immediately sounds like an attack, right? It puts people on the defensive. But if you ask, "Why did this situation happen?" now that's a powerful question. So key takeaway, use why for problems, not for people. All right, so we've covered the what, the substance of your questions. Now let's talk about the instrument you're using, your voice. Because even the most powerful question in the world can fall flat if it isn't delivered with a powerful voice. These three things are like a powerhouse combo for a voice that people actually listen to. When you slow down, it tells everyone you're in control. Breathing from your diaphragm, your belly, drops your voice into its natural, lower, more resonant tone. It's a sound we're all hardwired to associate with authority. And an open, confident posture? That doesn't just project confidence, it literally opens up your airways so your voice comes out clearer. Now let's talk about a super common habit that can absolutely kill your authority. It's called upward inflection. It sounds like this. When your voice goes up at the end of a sentence, it makes a statement of fact sound like you're asking for permission or like you need everyone to agree with you. And this just nails the problem. When you take a strong, confident statement and accidentally turn it into a question, it sounds like you doubt yourself. And if you don't sound sure about what you're saying, why on earth should anyone else be? Getting this one vocal tick under control is absolutely crucial for gravitas. Okay, so you're asking killer questions, you've got your voice under control. Now let's zoom in on the actual words you're choosing. This is all about eloquence. Now, when we say elevated, we don't mean you have to use huge, complicated words. Not at all. That can actually make you harder to understand. It's really about being more intentional. It's about cutting out the casual slang and all those filler words that just water down your message. Choosing yes instead of yeah, or just taking a breath instead of saying or makes you sound so much more deliberate and in control. And that brings us to a really simple but powerful rule, and it's all wrapped up in this number. Why 20? Because a person with gravitas never ever uses 50 words when 20 will do the job. They don't ramble. They think first, then they speak. Being concise isn't just about saving time, it's proof that you've thought things through clearly. All right, this next skill is really what separates the good speakers from the truly great ones. It's all about making your most important words hit home with maximum impact without ever having to shout. Emphasis is not about volume, it's about control. You can make a word stand out by pausing for just a beat right before you say it, or you could say it just a little bit slower than the other words. You could even say it softer, making people lean in to catch it. This deliberate control over which words carry the weight is a really subtle but really profound signal of authority. And this quote just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? When you choose your words carefully and you emphasize them with intention, you don't have to say a lot for your message to feel incredibly deep and meaningful. Every single word counts. So all of these tools, the questions, the voice, the words, they all come together in this final piece of the puzzle, your pace and your timing. Because true authority isn't just about what you say or how you say it. It's about knowing exactly when to say it. The speed at which someone talks sends a huge signal. A rushed, gushing delivery, it almost makes you feel like the speaker can't even keep up with their own thoughts. So how could they possibly be in control of a situation? But a steady, measured, controlled pace, that suggests wisdom. It shows you're calm, you're thinking, you're in command. And this is where the real art of timing comes in. From maximum gravitas, just wait. Let other people jump in first. If someone else is about to make the same point you were going to make, great, let them. There's no value in repeating it. Sometimes the most powerful move is to say nothing at all. Or even better, wait until everyone else has spoken, and then synthesize all of their points together to move the conversation forward. That is a true power move. So to wrap it all up, here are your 5 essential tools for building that voice of authority. You start by asking those really insightful what and how questions. You work on cultivating a rich, relaxed voice using your breath, your posture, and your pace. You choose words that are eloquent and concise. You learn to emphasize the keywords that really matter. And finally, you master the art of timing. Look, any one of these tools is powerful, but when you put them all together, they create an undeniable sense of gravitas. So the real question isn't whether you can do this, it's where are you going to start? What's the one small change you're going to try to make after watching this? Because that's your first step to really being heard. Thanks for digging into this with us.